Hey, hey, Blue Table fans. It's Monday. You know I love Mondays. I can't get enough. Thank goodness that weekend is over. That weekend of just sitting there waiting to get back to work. So, yeah, I'm super excited today. Let me show you one of the things. Oh, by the way, this is John. He's working on an Empire army in the home stretch, too, right?
Almost done.
Yeah, that's great. So, check this out. Here is a Ogre Kingdom Stonehorn with a Privateer Press Yeti. This is a client that's done, I think this is his 10th project, where he did a Yeti-themed Ogre army, or something like that. Or was it Wolfen from Privateer Press? It's that crossover thing I keep talking about. All right, so I've decided to let the Tyranid army get completely out of hand. Let me grab my Tyranid book here and tell you all about it, of the insane things that I'm going to try, because I don't think Tyranids have really been pushed to their logical, maximal conclusion just yet. For example, pyrovores. In spore pods, that's the way to do it. And what if you dropped 3 of those? What about if, because if you look in the HQ section, only the Tyranid Prime is an independent character, which, if Ren is to be believed, you can put Tyranid warriors with a Tyranid Prime in a mycetic spore pod. And I'm thinking, well, what's the ramifications there? What's the maximum number of spore pods you could have in an army? You could have 3 in elites, 6 in troops, and 3 in heavy support. It's the Carnifexes that can be in those. And get spore mines as your fast attack. And so yeah, 12 spore pods could really, if you look at it, that could really choke this table up. And because you'd end up with, but I wonder how many points that would be. So a Carnifex is 160, 20 Gaunts is about 160, so a spore pod with contents is about 200 points. So 12 of those is about 2,400. So actually you're probably, once you get the Tyranid Primes in there, you're probably not going to have 12 spore pods. It's probably going to be more like 10. But what does that look like? Nothing comes in the first turn, so there's that. There's the unreliability, which is an issue. But if you had to drop some, you might put a Lictor on. But the problem is Pheromone Trail, which gives +1 to reserves, doesn't count the turn the Lictor itself comes into play. And if I understand the rules for those guys right, they can't just start on the board. So then, for getting your reserves roll up, which, by the way, is something the Tyranids have in 2 different ways, you got to have a Swarm Lord, but then that's kind of a point sink, and he's just kind of out by himself. So it's really inconsistent, but I want to at least try it. And so if there were 8 of these, think of how choked up this board could be with those. And they can have barbed stranglers. So I've got to at least try it. And I figure with the resources of the studio, there's no reason I can't reproduce top armies. And basically, you know, figure out, well, what are some of the most competitive lists, the hardest lists, the ones that you might most frequently come up against. But see, do I really want to go down that road? Because we've always been about the casual play. But, you know, there's got to be a mix, because it's no fun having an uncompetitive list. So, with that in mind, list building, at least around our studio, really has to be, is the list fun to play? Is it flexible? Can it meet a broad variety of situations? Because it's no fun to be like, oh, well, I guess I can't do anything against that. Yeah, you can play for fun, but it's no fun to lose all the time. And then there's the other thing where if you have a group like this, for whatever game it is, this could be Warmachine or Malifaux or whatever you're putting down, is it's a different, in a tournament, you go up against like a random list and it's assigned. In casual play, like with the guests I have down to do bat reps with me, it's kind of like, well, you get to know what they're going to bring. And you don't necessarily want to tailor lists, which, by the way, is a completely different subject. But it does beg the question of, well, how does that all factor in? Hey, these guys are here.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
Tom, how was your sword fighting thing?
It was awesome.
Can you give us a report on the thing?
Sure.
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. We'll do it later.
Sure.
Yay! Huzzah! Oh, yeah, spirits are high. Spirits are high. Now that Janine and Thomas are here, that's fantastic. All right, I want to show you something else. All right, here they are. Here are space elf bikes, anti-grav bikes. So check those out. Isn't that neat?
Space
That
elf.
is really, yeah. Isn't that great? Most they have space marines. I just have to say, I love these. These are those are a little wonky. Hand me the one where they're parallel. A what? A spell writer?
Spelf writer.
Spelf?
Yeah, the parallel.
Space elf? Yeah, so there's that. Not sure how I feel about that shape in general, but I do love the parallel things. 2 of these I think would be awesome. Right, so we're doing them all custom, so each one's going to be a little bit different, right?
Each one's different.
Fantastico. So this makes me happy inside. Gotta happen. It's the end of an era. We're moving packing into another rim. Some Warmachine. Here's a Crike's Battle Force. This is resin / plastic. So that's what's in that. Here's a Denegra. Oh, that is a very good cast. Not too bad. Slayer Helljack. In other news, Tuesdays, the D&D game is concluded. And that's a funny story. Maybe John and I will sit down and tell you what happened later on. Let's just say grave robbing was involved. Okay, so tomorrow night, Tuesday, it's Mike Evans and I are going to do a bat rep, and we're going to do it against the Studio Space Wolves, which hopefully will be at least partially painted by then, which I think I showed you. I'm not ready to show you the thing just yet, although you may have seen it whisk by in the background. It's got 18 long fangs, 2, 4, 6, 7, 28 gray hunters, 4 squads, each in a rhino, led by a wolf guard in power armor, 5 Thunderwolf cavalry with a HQ guy on a Thunderwolf, that's the Canis Wolfborn model, 2 rune priests, a Bjorn the Fell-Handed, which can also certainly double as a Venerable Dreadnought. By the way, a lot of this is converted. And 4 Bajoran, a drop pod. Our rough estimate at this time is 2250 for the points. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Mike Evans and somebody, because he's new, and I kind of want to do a battle report out of it, and I'm just really keen on experimenting with the Tyranids and pushing the Tyranids out to, well, what if you did this crazy thing? What if you had 120 Ormagons? What if you had, the 9 Pyrovores? What if you had 9 Carnifexes? What if you had, the Spore Pod thing? So, yeah, it's all being experimented with. All right, we got Cameroon, Rin. They're too good to play Warhammer 40K now.
That's right.
Oh, here's Rin's albino gators, painted fantastically.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw your web research on those. So there's that guy. That's great.
He's not done yet, but yeah.
It's fantastic. And some troll bloods over here. Are these done? Oh, look at this guy. He's like carrying a pig. The pig's like, take me away from here. Oh, these are exquisite, Cameron. That is so nice. Is this oh no, you got more trolls down here. Whoa, you've been a busy little boy.
I have.
Very
Quite
nice.
busy.
So what's in your troll blood army right now?
Okay, I've got Borka Keg Slayer.
Okay.
Peg.
Oh,
Keg.
hold on. All right, sorry about that, Cameron. So what's in your army?
Okay, so I got Borka.
Yeah,
Keg
the
Bear.
little keg guy.
Dire Mauler,
Right. That
Slag
looks
troll.
fantastic.
which is useless against Rand's Hordes army.
Is it? Why?
It's a lot
Oh,
better
because it
against-
does corrosion
Yeah.
versus
He
warjacks.
can eat constructs
Oh,
to heal
okay.
himself.
All right.
He's immune to
And
corruption.
scouts.
So did you find that out after you hit the board with him?
In our campaign, Ren's the only other one
Oh.
who's playing Hordes. Everybody else is War
Okay.
Machine.
So do you have to, in the campaign, do you have to take the same guys every time to kind of
For
build it
the
up?
First couple weeks, yeah.
Oh, okay. Am I not in this?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
gave you a
then I'm
sheet.
ready. Oh, it was just a graph. It looked unexciting, so I threw it out. Can you get me another one?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at you.
What? And by the way, this is why you turn your time cards into Shannon and not me.
What's this thing? He's got a bunch of numbers.
Apparently, I need to
A graph with numbers.
This isn't mine.
Yeah, we'll do this guy first.
All right, here's some massive improvement for the fungus nids, all ready to go. 3 pyrovores, 6 zoanthropes, 6 hive guard. Oh, and by the way, check it out, all in slightly different poses. It's a pretty static item, but now with fine cast, you actually can change them up a little bit. That guy's tail is different. His arm is up. This guy, wait, there's one where the tail is kind of turned to one side. Yeah, there it is. And then here's another one where the tail is turned up. So just little things make them each a little bit different. The hive guard actually do need their final stage on them, a little bit of touch up. And what's his name? Dean. Dean is finally done with those witch elves. He's working on some purple and green, like deep colored tau. And I have to say those are turning out quite handsomely. Here's just some base coats on those, kind of generally how the feel is turning out. Here you have the Master. The Master! Working on some Grey Knights. How close are these? Oh, is it? So this is Drygo, right? Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that. Oh, that is not... Is that freehand on the...
A little
Banner?
thing.
Right. That is really amazing.
Yeah, I love doing the freehand stuff. Oh, check this guy out.
Chicken.
So I'm doing this chaplain. I'm going to have his
A
face
librarian.
librarian, and his face is all going to be glowing.
Glowing, right. Oh, that's fantastic. That is really neat. Well, good for you.
So I did some measurements today,
Okay.
this dude. So I measured the top of his head to the top of his little stack of books and jazz.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly as high from his feet to his chin.
Okay.
So his head is actually
So his chin is
Almost-
only the halfway mark.
only like barely higher than.
Right. That's fantastic.
It's like, holy cow. He needs power armor just to get that stuff around. That's
Right.
why,
His power armor needs power armor.
exactly.
All right, sounds good. He has like power armor, tie racks, and clothes hangers.
Oh yeah, they kind
you
of
know.
remind me of what's that chick on Spaceballs is dragging around her luggage throughout the desert?
Oh,
princess.
yeah. Oh, how do I not know this?
Okay.
Druidia or something like that?
What's the Spaceballs princess chick's name? Anyway, that's these guys remind me of all their stuff
All right.
dragging around the battlefield.
All right, that's awesome. Yep, well, that's the fantastic thing about Warhammer 40K. Oh, take a look at those beauties. Custom BTP measuring templates. 1, 2, 4, 6. Fantastic. And in other news, we're working on a Studio Orcs army. That's Orcs with a K. So quite a few Studio armies going on now. In fact, 4. Tyranids, 40K Orcs, Space Wolves, and what was the last one again? Did I just say it? No, there is a fourth one. How can I? Oh, the ogres. Yes, that's right. Warhammer Fantasy. Do need to pick another studio army for the campaign, I think. So we've got Dean working on Cygnar, right, Dean? Yep. Who's your warcaster?
Sloan.
Sloan? Wow, that's not one you see every day. Good for you. Good for you. At least he didn't go the boring route and go with Nemo. Ugh, everybody does Nemo. How unoriginal. So what do you guys think? What should I do for a studio army? I'm thinking Hordes, because I have my Retribution, but Hordes. What one should I do?
I like rides.
Yay, it's like Disneyland. We don't need to go to Disneyland.
Yes, we do.
We just go to the store. It's like Disneyland, but with food.